this is to me one of the big game changers. You can imagine by we having this change going on this map. You could also, I guess, imagine that we could do something interesting on other maps as well. We won't do the same thing twice, but we can do interesting things with the environment.
So Levolution is like that thing that you saw and you're like, this is it. This is our hook. This is what I love, and I know that thousands of other people are gonna love this too.
Yeah, one of them, and I would say Levolution isn't a feature per se. It's more like an umbrella term or a design choice that we're trying to tie all the things together in the term Levolution. So it's, but I think the other thing that excites me personally quite well is the fact that we get finally being 64 players on console.
Yes.
60 FPS.
Yes.
These things is a big thing for me. Something that I always were a bit sad that we hadn't before. And now finally we can do it, and then it excites me tremendously.
Let's talk about that, because you see, I'm a console player through and through, and I know there are a lot of people that are watching right now that are console players as well.
Yep.
And they are thinking, oh, I want to get my next-gen console, and look at this, you got to see the Ballards in action right there. That tank cannot cross because of the fact that Ballard is there. I love that. It just really balances things out. Doesn't allow the tanks to have free roam wherever they want to go. You keep on trying, guys, but
just get out.
Just go and push the button, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's right there.
Push the button.
And then get sniped.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just waiting for someone to jump past.
So in looking at the console and bringing 64 players, what were the challenges with that? Were there any challenges, if at all?
There's tremendous challenges, both in engine and on content creator side.
I don't think this is a good idea.
No.
I don't know what I don't know, but we left them because we knew where that was going. That was gonna go nowhere fast, and all they had to do was just push the button.
Exactly.
The little things in the game that I think really are awesome. So before we go into the little things, let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about the next-gen consoles 64 player maps. Was that something that when you saw the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, you said we got to do this? This needs to be done.
I think that when we first heard about we were going into a new console transition, that was one of the first things that we said. You know what? We must do this. We must go 64 players, and we must go 60 FPS. That's the and since that's
that was the goal.
Basically, we decided that right there. It was just a natural fit, you could say. It's just something that I've always wanted to do, and so now we finally are able to do it.
Yeah.
And I know that's also been requested by quite a few people out there. That but what this really means for me personally is that finally console players can experience the battlefield that the PC players have done for quite some time.
Have been raving about. Yeah.
Yeah, 60 FPS so it's super exciting. That's one of the things that I think will make a difference for console players quite a lot.
Now, how, if you don't mind me asking, how in depth are you, or I guess you could say, what are your thoughts on the customization? We saw a lot of cool attachments, me and Corey, where we were messing around with it, like the canted scope, the green laser sight, the regular laser sight as well. Customization, that is certainly something that you guys are definitely embracing. As you did with Battlefield 3, is that, is what we're seeing right now, we're going to see more down the line? Is that like a taste of the treats that we're going to get when we hop into the Battlefield?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, from top of my head, I don't remember how much pieces of customization you have right now, but
there's a lot.
There's so much more.
There's a lot.
We added customizations to sidearms, which I'm quite excited about.
Yeah, I actually saw that brought up in, actually, it was in Reddit, ironically enough. I was going through Reddit, and someone was like, did you notice that? And he had the pistol with the sight on it. So that's pretty cool. Definitely something very different for Battlefield that hasn't been done before. Do you like that personally? Is that like something that you think about? You're like, yeah, I really do enjoy scopes on my pistol.
I remember playing recently, and there's quite a few people. It was a point in time where the DICE people had access to a gun with that no one else had access to. Which I think it was like a gun with a silencer or something like that. And people were like, "Oh, Alex, you need to die so I can pick up your weapon and try it." You know, just for a sidearm that had a silencer on it. So I think that this is something that people wanted. I think they want that creativity to be, you know, if I want the silencer sidearm, or if I want that scope on, they can do it. If they don't want to do it, then it's fine. Then it won't change the game as much as perhaps, you know, customizing your main weapon. But it's definitely something that for those who really dive into the details and really want to cater to your specific experience, then that's something that I think people will appreciate quite a lot.
Yeah, and without a doubt, it really is something that I was pleasantly surprised by. I know a lot of other people were like, "Whoa, this is crazy," because again, like you said, it was a requested feature. It was something that people wanted to see before, and now it is being done finally. Yep. And then the other thing that I want to ask you about too is what we're about to see right now. We saw actually this player hop into the water, but you can go under the water now.
Yes.
What's up with that? I mean, how why put that into the game? Did you want to get those cool epic, you know, moments where they come through the swamp like a bunch of, you know, a bunch of bad guys just doing their business?
No, it wasn't actually that. It was just that when we started, you know, we added these networked waves, right?
Okay.
So basically you can have big waves networked, so you can drive boats across, you know, basically rolling sand dunes that are changing the environment all the time. So when we started to play around with, you know, this in multiplayer specifically, and so we realized, you know, it feels a bit stale now that we need to add more interesting things to do in the water.
Yeah.
Exactly. So one of the things that was a big problem in previous games when you were in water, you were basically a sitting duck for people to shoot you.
Yes.
So basically we wanted to, okay, so what can we do here? Okay, let's dive under and see, and so you can swim for a little while, and basically that's a way for you to escape. The second thing there is that you can use your sidearm while swimming. And yeah, so you can shoot.
I hadn't seen anyone do that yet, so that's actually news to me, and quite awesome.
First.
As well. First, you look at that. Alex is breaking ground, folks. Yeah. He's breaking ground. No, but seriously, Alex, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And I know that as soon as I go back and check the interwebs,
they're gonna make posts about me.
Yeah, you're famous now, bro. You're famous. People want to know all about you. Yeah. And but you know, in closing, I guess if you had anything to say for the community, you know, what is it that you want to, I guess, share with them?
Which camera can I go for?
You go for that one right there, go for that one right there, whichever one you want. You know?
Thank you so much for playing Battlefield 3, and thank you so much for your interest in Battlefield 4. You mean everything to us, really. I promise you that, and we do care, we do listen. And I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on Battlefield 4.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, Alex, thank you once again for your time. Guys, we're going to be right back with some more gameplay live from E3 2013. Battlefield 4 is here, and it is kicking butt, and everyone is loving it. So do not go anywhere. We're going to have more action coming at you live in just a little bit. Live from E3 2013. I'm Alex Mendez. This is Alex. What's your last name?
Grandal.
Grandal. There we go. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you in a little bit, and don't go anywhere. Tell your friends. Battlefield 4 coming at you in a bit. Thanks, man.
All right, so welcome back to the Battlefield live stream right here. You may be watching us on Twitch. You may be watching us on Battlefield.com, even on Amazon. And while you're over there at Amazon, make sure you head over and pre-order Battlefield 4 now. And a big shout out to all of our other sponsors. I mean, again, Twitch helping us out, doing some live streaming here, AMD. But let's go and hop into the game and really show off, again, what our gameplay has to offer here. I mean, again, Battlefield 4, we've talked about the spectator mode. We've talked about in-game things that have been added to the game. There's just so many different elements that have been brought into the game. And one of the things that I think that's kind of interesting is we've been talking a lot. We've been kind of diving into some things. I think it would be a nice little change of pace to kind of give a perspective of what shoutcasting really is.
Corey,
taking advantage of it.
I don't think that there are two other human beings on this planet that could do what we. No, seriously
I like
though.
where you're going. That's like all.
I mean, I was like really into it, and then I like dialed it back. My humbleness came into place. Well, real quick though, I just want to give a massive shout out to the Reddit community. I am posting on there regularly. Those guys, you know, you were not kidding when you said this is an intelligent audience.
Oh,
they certainly
highly
are.
Intelligent.
And it really has been cool. They've been soaking up every single bit of information that has been given out by the DICE guys, and as well, you know, as us as well. You know, we're players. We play these games. Corey is you know, a veteran in the PC gaming world. I come from a long time, a heritage of playing, and heritage, I use that word,
Nice
playing
heritage.
console gaming. It's in my family. It's in my blood.
It's in your blood.
You know, it's a console gaming family that I live at. But seriously though, so we are very much just fans of what we were seeing and what happened there.
All right, so I think what's happening is, and this is probably, you know, curiosity killed the cat, right? Well, same situation's happening here. They're trying to figure out what exact pillars can be destructible, especially since we see these Levolution things. Hey guys, just wanted to give you a heads up there who are playing the games here. Of course, we've got 64 players playing right now, 2 commanders that are actually, they're not even taking up any designated spots. So I think one of the things that's been kind of confusing for those of you that are at home that have been watching, we've been utilizing the spectator mode. And I know I agree with you when we look at, I think he just blew up himself. But whenever you're looking at it, I know you're trained, for those that are in the Battlefield community, you're trained to shoot at the orange or shoot at the red. Well, in spectator mode, it's designated for one team to be one color and another team to be the other color. So currently what we have here on Siege for Shanghai, the U.S. is blue and the Chinese are orange. And so depending on which team we're on at the time, then we can actually tell which, you know, whether it's blue or orange that we need to be looking at. So we'll try to keep you up to date right now. So right now, since we're on the Alpha side, we are on the U.S. side, then they're going to be shooting at the Chinese opposition.
That is right, and a big point of interest here always is going to be the skyscraper, so you're going to see a lot of players pushing in this direction here, but Alpha 12 trying to destroy that ship there, so that this way they were going to be able to, I guess, not allow the orange guys, the CN squad, to manage to get that area. So we're going to see what happens here and stick with Alpha 12 in his journey, as he is going to look to potentially cause some carnage with his teammate or make his way over to B, which seems to be their point of interest right now. That's going to be the metro station.
All right, let's take a look.
Run into some people.
Let's take a look at the tabletop view, really figure out exactly where these players are at. You can see right now, you've got B, C, and D, and they've got complete control so far. They spotted one, and see if they might be able to cause. A is able to pick up one over there towards that A side there in Alpha. You can see that you've got a UAV scan that's happening right now at the same time. B, C, D, and E are all picked up by the Chinese team. They've got 752 ticks there to US 615. And so you can tell that they're in complete control and taking complete advantage of the commander mode. Since they've got B, C, and D, well, that means that they've got control over some really great offensive perks.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, bear in mind, folks, that for every territory that you control, you get those perks that the commander can utilize to assist you in the battlefield. So you see Alpha 14 finding a couple people over by this alley here. A couple sloppy shots, but, you know, probably trying to get his bearings together. Could potentially throw a scope on that. Maybe could benefit him a little bit more as opposed to going for that long-range gunfight with the iron sights. But, you know, I respect his hustle, so he's going to keep on going and in fighting the good fight. So, and look at this here. A lot of CN fighters, actually, CN infantry going to be near him at this point in time. Tank's going to be there for support as well, able to lay down some cover fire. That tank is going to be assisting, and it seems like they're going to be winning this area here at the very least.
Oh, look, he's trying to be able to slide in. He's got the C4. He will be taken down. As, again, the Chinese have been in such control so far, but they have lost C, and it looks like that B flag is right now under contest there. You just spotted one, and we're right now on board with Alpha 13, but there's quite a few members that are over there towards that B side. You can see that the Alpha commander has made the call that they need to attack B right now. They're going to leave C open, but they need to attack that B side, but you got to be on the lookout. There are so many Chinese players there for the Bravo team inside of that B flag area.
Well, they have C, so that means that they have the ability to use the AC-130 gunship, right?
Right.
Now, whether or not that becomes a factor into the game is going to be a different question. Whether it's already been used as something that we don't know at this point in time.
Well, one of the things, though, too, that you brought up, too, is that the AC-130, that gunship, the question is the skyscraper still up? The reason why that's being brought up is because whenever that building falls, not only does it change the flag, we've talked about this numerous time and time again, but it brings up the debris, which whenever you're in the AC-130, whenever you're up there in the gunship, it's so difficult to see because of all of that dust and debris.
That's right. I do agree with you on that one. That is why I am expecting that skyscraper to come down eventually, especially because of the fact that they have C. But as you see there on the bottom left of your screen, C is being contested right now by the CN squad. But on the other end of that, the spawn hill, the spawn flag, the E flag for CN is being contested by the US squad. So with that said, we're going to see a little bit of a flip here in just a little bit. B still in the control of the US squad.
Nice nade.
Yeah, that was actually a very good nade.
Alpha barely missed him.
Oh, look at this. He's going to clean this one up here. Got him.
Oh, what are you? He's trying to be able to go for the melee. As right now, again, we're on the alpha side, so this is not messing around at all. I think he's trying to figure out how to get unprone, as he's trolling him right now. For everybody at home, here's your first moment in Battlefield where he's just kind of toying with the fact he's laying some M15 mines down. Of course, that's not going to make any cause any damage to an infantry member. But he's just toying around with him right now.
Ooh.
As I think at some point he probably is going to get taken down. Of course, you've got one of the vehicles here. If you go back, you can see the bollards there that are right there on the other side. That's actually what probably kept that vehicle from making it across the bridge.
Yeah, and the bollards are something that we haven't really spoken all that much about, but it is such an important...
Let's go and let's hop into the free cam for a moment and head over there towards one of the C towards the skyscraper and take a look at the bridges so far.
Ooh,
so right now you get the beautiful perspective of, and you can see how they've got such control, and probably a bunch of scouts or sniper rifles that are being utilized up here.
Yeah, without a doubt, you can see, look at this, free cam at its finest, folks. And some great camera work, you know. You got to give him some credit. He was going with the slow, dynamic visuals.
That's one of the things that Daniel Nustros sit there mentioned, that you have the capability of changing the speeds of how fast you move around the map. So again, right there. So if we need to get into the action quick, we can hop right into it. Or if we need to slow things down, we can get really down into it.
I think your voice really lends to that, Corey.
That's it.
We really got to
switch it up every now and then.
Into it and slow it down.
Slow it down.
Well, right now, the way we're looking at here, we have the free cam mode. We see Alpha 05 with that tank. And you know what? It seems as if they are going to get super aggressive. I believe that is going to be the B territory that is being flipped right now. So let's see what's up with the tabletop, if you don't mind switching. Excellent switcher, man, you. Yeah. So.
Oh wow! Look at the Chinese. They've got control over 4 points right now.
But you know what though? They have not. The Tomahawks coming down for the U.S. squad. And here, actually, they only have one Tomahawk here. That's going to really change things up. I think it's going to end up going. No, it's not. That tank is not going to get hit by it. But look at this. A Tomahawk coming down for the CN squad.
Take a look at the helicopter right there. We've got 2 that are on the screen right now. Let's go and hop on board with them. You can see the picture-in-picture view so far. And right now, as you can see, this is one of those transport helis. Oh, third-person view. I want to see this one fall. Oh, no, he's falling into... actually, he's going to be able to stay alive there.
With that handy-dandy parachute. You just saw him glide down there right at the bottom. So the skyscraper still very much up at this point in time. I guess maybe they don't want to take it down, which makes sense. Oh, and just as I said that, I need to just shut my mouth.
Yeah, it's just in how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those elements. Sometimes it can happen early in the game. Sometimes it can happen later in the game. But for this instance, it took a lot longer, and sometimes it doesn't even have to happen at all. Again, just changing the dynamic of the game in Battlefield 4.
Yeah,
and as switch over to a first-person view now.
All that dust that's coming up here. So let's see what's going on with some of the footmen, the infantry that are out there as we jump over to the first-person perspective. We saw the skyscraper come down, how the dust is going to be affecting the field of vision for all of these players. It really does change things. The Levolution, again, that they had presented at the press conference what better way to see it than with live players feeling it and understanding it. But now, as we talk, Bravo pushing up here. Good kill there, as that was going to be Bravo 29 taking out one. He's going to get that AK-5C.
He's switching over here for the Scout now. He dropped his AK.
Okay.
Must have not had any ammo in it, but right now you've got, they're over there towards the arcade right now. Of course, he's been able to pick that one up. Of course, Bravo doing a great job so far. The U.S. have been struggling so far.
A sea of blue there as that Bravo player ends up getting taken out. 07 now. And also for you guys back at home, so we can remind you once again that the spectator mode, it is one team's blue and one team's red.
Right, the U.S. are blue, so disregard what you see in the bottom left-hand side right now. The U.S. are actually the blue members that we're seeing, and the Chinese are the orange people, or the orange HUDs that you see.
Exactly. So, and that is, and again, this is
all confusing. It's all, but it's all spectator side.
Exactly, and this is all pre-alpha. So that is why we heard what's that gentleman's name, Daniel Petros, talking about it, and there's just a lot of cool things that are going to be coming down the line here. I'm really excited for it. They're super pumped for it. When I talked with Alex, he was just so gun-ho about all the new features, and even just some of the other things too that I guess were the smaller things that he appreciated, such as the Ballards and things of that nature. That is why when you look at what we're seeing right now, this is all just such innovative gameplay. It's so early in the design of everything. This is just the beginning of Battlefield 4.
Yeah, these players this is pure dominance so far for the Chinese here for the Bravo team.
Yeah, they're gonna.
And so that's his teammate right now. For those of you that are at home having any questions, for those that really are Battlefield enthusiasts, they're like, well, in our first-person view, that's what we're supposed to shoot at is the orange.
Exactly.
And so right now, currently, since he's playing for the Chinese, he's going to be shooting at the blue team.
That's right. Ends up picking up an LMG as well, so that's going to certainly help him out a little bit. You can see that U100 MK5 on the ground there. But he's just going to hang out. And we're actually getting pretty close here to the end because, the Chinese have been dominating this game, 282 to 680 to 585 in the ticket count at this point in time. Quite surprised by that. We've been seeing some pretty close games this entire day.
Yeah, we can go ahead and kind of hop around here. You can see that looks like Bravo 15 needed to hightail it out of there.
Yeah.
It's actually 16. He had to bounce out of there and utilizing that jet ski. Again, I think that's such a smart idea.
It is.
And being able to hop off of a boat, off of an amphibious vehicle, onto a jet ski, and be able to bounce out.
Yeah, and you can see this Bravo player here. Bravo 16 going to come up to a couple players. Able to eliminate
give me
one.
those dog tags.
Oh, man. Ends up taking out one player on that one. So that's going to be a good win for that Bravo player as we jump on board to Bravo 14 now. And he is going to be looking to see if he can catch anyone. But you can see that sea of blue, the Alpha Squad on the other side there. They are going to be contending. Nades flying everywhere, and I love the fact that we see where everyone is. We kind of get a good idea of the scope of things.
Yep.
Certainly is a welcome addition to Battlefield.
Yeah, so I mean, we get to see such a great dynamic of the game. I mean, we're seeing so much information that needs to be said.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you're spectating a game, you want to know everything that's going on. When we're talking about sports, it's easy to digest some of the things that are happening because you can see all the players on the field. But whenever we're talking about a team first-person shooter, it's highly difficult to truly explain what's happening. With having the ability to switch from a tabletop view, you can kind of associate yourself exactly where you are in the map, and from there, we can hop deep into the game and watch kill for kill at that point.
Yeah, it really is so cool. That tabletop perspective, it really is cool, especially you can click on individual units. If you want to go specifically to a helicopter, you can. A tank, you can. Things like that is really cool.
What's one of the great things, too, is it's not a whole different type of experience. The same type of load screen that you have as a player hopping into the game is no different than the person that's playing the commander mode, and it's no different than the person that is spectating the game in tabletop. They're all synonymous from one another. So you can sit there, it's easy to understand how to jump from each type of place where you're at, whether that's spectating, whether that's commander mode, or you're just trying to get redeployed.
Yeah, and so we are going to be bringing in some new players now so that they can dabble in the action. Again, something to point out, that line has been going down there for days. It has been kind of insane. A lot of people have been digging Battlefield so far.
Shout out to the crew, too, here with the DICE, with EA, Battlefield, everyone. The way that this, I have to point out, if they thought of everything. Not only in-game, not spectating mode, they thought of everything. The people who are having to wait in line right now are getting a fast pass. So they basically are saying, come back at an hour from now, 2 hours from now. This is just phenomenal. It's the idea that you're thinking of every single aspect, even your consumers that are out there. So it's been great watching some good stuff. Shout out to the sponsors, AMD, as well as Razer and Astro, making some great things happen, keeping these gamers comfortable while they play, and also make sure, since you probably loved what you've seen so far, head over to Amazon.com and pre-order Battlefield 4. We'll be right back after the break.
Now. Yeah. I'll bring it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Battlefield 4 at E3 2013. What happened? What, you making fun of me?
Yeah, I'm definitely making fun of you.
That is mean. I am Alex Mendez. I commonly go by the wonderful name Golden Boy FTW. And this fine gentleman right next to me is Corey Dunn. And this dude right here, this guy, he's a baller.
I've been doing team first-person shooters, shoutcasting for about 9 years, almost a decade now. That makes me an old man now.
Yeah, but the sad part is that we're the same age.
That makes me an old man now.
All right, well,
gaming years, if you will.
Honestly, though, we've been having a blast here at E3 2013. Everyone has just been circling around the booth, getting into the action. Obviously, you know, the gameplay has been fast and frantic and enjoyable to watch. Lots of cool things. We've seen helicopters collide. We've seen, you know, tanks. I was actually casting with Alex just a little while ago when I was interviewing him, and the bollards were up, and the tanks were trying to go. They were trying to go into bollard, and it was two of them. It wasn't one, it was two. They were both like, all right.
If we both ram
the bollards right here. Tank's like, okay, I got. It's just the funniest thing. So all they had to do was push a button, and it would have just, all their problems would have went away. But seriously, though, just some cool stuff.
On that note, real fast, just kind of, again, this is more of an informative experience for the crowd out there. With the bollards, the way things, to kind of explain it, is, like you mentioned, it is a button press.
That's
you
right.
can't blow it up. You can't run it over with a tank. One of the only methods really is to push the button. And for those of you that are worrying, well, what if they spam the button? Then yeah, don't worry about it. It's okay.
It doesn't work.
You can't spam the button. There's a cooldown that you have to wait for it. And we'll see that probably a couple times. Hopefully they'll start using it. There's a lot of little interactive things that you can do. You've got the elevator that you can go up there through the skyscraper. There's some gates that you can actually, there's some of these storefronts that you can look at. You can actually pull up the gate there or pull down the gate to be able to block off certain areas.
That's right. That's right.
There's just a bunch of variety to really add to the Levolution.
That is very true, and we saw a couple awesome crowd shots there of all the people getting into the action. We're going to be diving in just a little bit, but yeah, I mean, really, the people have been coming through. They've been enjoying it. Now, another thing just for the community and you guys watching that are out there right now, you guys your feedback is very important, so feel free to send it through. You know, DICE is always listening. We as commentators are listening and want to make this the most enjoyable and fun experience as possible for you guys. So
we're listening.
Very important. We're listening.
No,
we're there. We're everywhere.
We're never. I almost went down a path that would have ended up. Oh goodness! But yeah, so as you can see, probably right there on the countertop, there was the Xbox One controller they have the capability of using, but also you can utilize the keyboard and mouse. Of course, I'm a PC elitist,
and keyboard and mouse generously brought to us by Razer, by the way.
Yeah, brought to us by Razer.
That's right.
And as you can see, some of the gamers that were out here were utilizing the Astros that have been provided, also with the AMDs. That have provided here for the process. It's just been a great gaming environment. You can get to watch the game in its ultra spectacular video settings.
Ultra spectacular.
That's not
video.
a marketing term.
That is the word
don't
from
coin
Corey
that.
Dunn.
That didn't happen. No, it's just everything just looks spectacular. I mean, it's beautiful. The audio is high fidelity. I think it's above and beyond.
Hearing the building come down and just crash through is actually really cool, and one of my favorite things, just because you hear like the intensity, the action, the ambiance of everything. It really is cool. And also just to talk a little bit, going back to what I was referring to before in regards to just, listening to what you guys are saying. Like I said before, I've been out there on Reddit. I've been looking at what people are posting, and so far, everyone really, really likes what they see with Battlefield 4. It certainly has been pretty cool. And also bear in mind, too, that what we're looking at here is pre-alpha footage. So this isn't final.
Yet.
This is not final stuff by any means whatsoever. So you guys should not make assumptions just yet, because DICE, at the end of the day, they're watching and listening, kind of like us.
Yeah, so we're definitely looking out for any questions that you want us to ask. This is only day one of E3, and we're going to have numerous chances to be able to ask all the questions that need to be asked.
I know correct, we're nowhere near done yet, Corey.
So nowhere near done? Oh, man.
Got a lot of time, Mr. Dunn. We're not done.
We're not done. Of course, that's not the first time I've heard that one. But again, we're just waiting for the players to join us behind us to be able to get this 64-man game going.
That's right.
32 versus 32 on Siege of Shanghai.
Yeah, that's right. So the map itself is called Siege of Shanghai. But for short, everyone just says Siege.
Siege for now, yeah.
It's an awesome map. It really is. And we saw how symmetrical it is, how it plays out, the different elements as well. The metro station being underground, how that changes the map. We even saw it during the EA press conference when they showed that one sequence. They destroyed a pillar, tank dropped down to the bottom level, crowd went bananas, and those are the kind of things that you can do in Battlefield 4. But also, just the smaller things like also going back to the press conference when you saw that the player was charging in through the metro station. There was a wall in front of them. They were shooting through the wall, and as they were shooting the cement, the concrete was falling apart, thus giving them more cover and more angles to shoot from. Those are the kind of things that what you see is not what you get, and as the game changes, or as things happen, the game changes.
Yeah,
and it's really cool stuff. It really is. So I'm definitely stoked to see some more players kind of dive into it, see what new shenanigans people can get into.
I think one of the great points during that press conference was the Terminator moment. Whenever all of a sudden he's running over there on the skyscraper, he's got to move, and all of a sudden,
that was really cool.
It was money.
It was a good homage, and they know that they knocked that one out of the park with just like how unique that looked. There you can see the crowd shot of the EA booth, all the amazing stuff that EA is showing here today. But DICE,
utilizing that the Frost.
And look at the commander. The commander. That's actually the commander station.
Yeah.
Guys.
So that thing is insane. Of course, we're just waiting for all of them to get set up. But I mean, the commander area is just great. Also, for those of you that are just now tuning in, joining us, one of the other aspects to kind of talk about is the capability of utilizing a tablet as that second screen to be a commander. You don't take up a server spot. I know another question's kind of been out there. I'll make sure I ask the right one. But the fact is of whether or not how do you become a commander? How is it selected? I know
those are things that we actually spoke with Alex about, as a matter of fact. Yeah,
I did. Tell me then.
I did.
Educate me on this.
I will tell you, Corey. I will. So basically, right now they're not solidified on how they're going to do. But it is going to be a fair system, is what Alex did say. It's going to be a fair system.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, it's a fair system. It's not like spamming the commander button. Whoever wins the spam war ends up getting it. So it is a fair system, something that is going to be looked into diligently, and DICE is going to basically go through all that accordingly, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that stuff is selected.
Yeah, so one of the things that we've really realized from this entire experience here on day one of E3 is the fact that they're listening.
They are.
I mean, every bit of feedback that can be given that's out there has been great, but one of the things that I really think that people need to understand is that you need to properly articulate your opinion. Whenever you're kind of making some type of suggestion, make sure that there's something else there. There's some content that the developers can really tie to and understand why it should be a part of the game.
Yes,
and if you say the right things, it probably could end up only in Battlefield 4.
Yeah, that's right. And you can actually see some players there, some using the keyboard and mouse, others are opting to use the Xbox One controller. And I, as a console fan, very, very excited for that. I had a chance to dabble a little bit with that Xbox One controller, and I will tell you, it feels good. Feels just like the Xbox 360 controller. So, anyone who has played Battlefield 3 on that, they know.
We can continue to dive into all this stuff. Let's go ahead and continue to check out some more gameplay of Battlefield 4 right now. Again, the environment's great. The map, for those of you that are just now tuning in, whether you're watching from twitch.tv, whether you're watching from Amazon or battlefield.com, we're on Siege of Shanghai. It's a beautiful map, very symmetrical. It's kind of got a horseshoe shape. And also, again, has that bay area that comes there in the middle. There's a lot of destructible points. It's, of course, the new features that kind of involved with the Levolution. Also, the commander mode that's been implemented in here. And one of the cool things that we've seen, of course, is the sea side of things, the ocean front with the amphibious vehicles.
Yeah, that's right. Lots of changes into the maps of the maps, as you guys have seen all day long. You've seen all the different ways that Levolution can impact the experience of Battlefield 4, but we are going to be on board here with Alpha 27, who is going to be playing for the U.S. squad. All the Alpha guys are going to be on the U.S., and the Bravo guys are going to be on the CN squad. And you can actually see that there we go. Actually, some Alpha guys finding Bravo players, trying to hit a few of them.
View. See how well he's controlling this one at this point. He's got one so far. And I don't believe he was able to pick him up. He was actually able to hide behind that middle island and see if he might be able to come back around. He's still alive, and it looks like his teammates were able to help him out. As we're still on board with Alpha 27, as they're trying to be able to make their push over here towards the D and E side. But we're about to have some tank-on-tank battles here up on top of the bridge. He's being fired upon. A lot of damage being caused here. As they're going back and forth, he's trying to go for a ram of some sort.
Yeah,
but right now, they're both 50-50 right now. They're looking for whoever's able to make the next shot, causing so much damage. Back and forth it goes. It's between tank and tank. Can they get things calibrated? Because it looks like they're all over the place right now. Yeah, and he's able to cause a little bit more damage, and he finally gets taken out. Typically, whenever we have a quick switch happen, when we switch between player to player, we don't get to see that death animation yet.
Yeah.
And that's probably cool. That would be one of the requests. But look at this. Parachuting down there, and he's not a Black Knight. He can't make that swooping.
Well, something I do want to point out, and I noticed, and maybe which could be pretty interesting. I saw a lot of people talking about it on the Reddit as just like what they were talking about in regards to the, what they were talking about in regards to the. Oh man, I'm losing my train of thought. The reloading in the tank. I apologize. So yeah, basically one of the big things was that people were wondering how are tanks going to work. We saw that there was an ammo count on tanks. You actually saw right there. I saw for myself that when they shot the shell, they actually replenished that shell back. So and then it was a time for that reload as well. So that was pretty cool. I don't know obviously if that's definitive, but I certainly did enjoy that because I know a lot of people online have been asking about that.
Yeah, for those of you also that are questioning what exactly that we're seeing, I know typically for those of you that play Battlefield on a regular basis, you see that anytime you're typically supposed to be shooting at the orange side, and but in this case, since we're in spectator mode, you have the capability of you try to make things a little bit more decisive. Yeah. One side is one side is the other, and so in this case, the U.S. is going to be the blue HUDs that we see. And the Bravo team, or the Chinese team, is going to be the orange. But you saw that little conflict that happened inside there. They're playing the game of Ring Around the Rosie, and finally was able to slice and dice, and that member from Alpha side went down.
Yep, and we are on board Alpha 04 here on your screen. Finding a bunch of Bravo guys as well. Long-range shots for that red dot side. Able to clean up that one player. Good stuff as they're going to be making their way inside of his storefront here. He is going to have his teammate there for support. And look at this one. This player actually quite solid, landing a lot of shots on. And you know, I mean, obviously you always want to go for that, go for the kill. But the way that it seems like, you know, they're definitely suppressing and supporting their teammates to the best of their ability. And now we're seeing as Alpha 04 continuing the advancement forward onto E.
Yeah, it's still a little conflict that's happening right here out in the open. They're doing a great job, this Alpha team. They're just going to completely mow over the opposition as they're continuing to move down the street. They picked up numerous points out here so far. They've got A, C, and D. They just need to do work there on the B to be able to pick up that tomahawk there for the commander. But looks like that flag was turned neutral by the Chinese, and they flipped it to now their possession there in B.
Yeah, and you can see a lot of activity going down on the street here by the E building. And Alpha 04 opting to go back around, and we might see some deflib action. I'm not too sure. Never mind, he actually goes to pick up the gun instead. So regardless of the fact, though, what Alpha Squad is doing, great control. They're just continuing to push this team through to the other side here and get control of E.
Need to be able to look out for the flank so far. He's having a little bit of trouble, doesn't realize that he needs to break that glass.
Glass usually needs to be broken or else you can't go through it.
It's so clear. It's like the Windex commercial where the birds are flying into it.
Yeah, right.
That's where we're at right now. Just needs to shatter the glass this time. But right now, as we take a look, 752 tickets there to 581 or 561. All right. And so far, let's see. We're on board here with Alpha 04.
Look at this.
Heading over here towards the east side. Going all out right now. He spots one, trying to go for the those dog tags. Right behind him, trying to figure out which button is it? Is it this button? I can't find it. He needs to select something. Is it? He's going to decide. Well, all right, whatever. I'm out of here. I don't even know what button I should press. I don't even know that I'm supposed to do mouse 1 here.
You just let that one get away. But you know what, though? Alpha 04 is still alive. Keeping the dream alive here for all the Alpha 04s out there. And yeah, they are going to be able to get E, so that will give them that. But they are losing D right now. D is going to be neutral. B or C will go to the U.S. squad. And then you have the CN guys having A and B. Now, the other cool thing, you know, how this affects commander mode, we actually spoke about this before. You know, when you capture A and E, that doesn't give you anything for commander. But when you capture B, C, and D, those actually do. And I really like that aspect of it. I certainly do think it's a welcome change.
As right now you can see that amphibious vehicle being utilized entirely out there in the harbor. It looks like it's been spotted and taken down. As right now, as we take a look at the skyscraper, you can see that right now it looks like none of the key points of the pillars have been taken out so far. So they're going to be good in there. As also, you can see that there's different points. Probably going to take the elevator up. Checking the front side. There will have one player that's going to go into the elevator.
Might just try and hold the lobby too. You know, that's always a viable strategy. Not allowing them to get control
right now.
It could be. They could be. So we'll see here as Bravo Company is going to continue to lay down suppressing fire on the Alpha squad. Yeah, that actually was a really good shot. So they're going to advance forward this squad here, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from them. And it seems like they are going to be going by the water. So let's go ahead.
They're loving the fact that they can swim quickly here now. I mean, it's actually one of my favorite things too. They spotted a ladder over there on the other side. They're Olympians right now, swimming over there towards the next ladder to be able to pick up. They're heading over right now towards that D flag. And we'll see whether or not they can combat here against this U.S. team. Hopping on board right now with Alpha 04, who's been on the top of our leaderboard so far. We saw him earlier where he was struggling to be able to knife somebody. But right now they're over there towards the metro. They're trying to retake this.
Try finding one up top. He's going to push shots down, hit markers, and he is able to close out that one as he gets that kill. Alpha 04 certainly playing very good here for the Alpha team. And a big factor in them winning right now. But, you know, the CN squad could very well come back from this one. And we'll see if they could do so here.
Dropped into the wrong place.
Yeah, Alpha 04 is definitely hot right now. He is on point, looking for anyone to contest from up top.
If we can right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the third-person view for a moment so we can take advantage of looking at his complete scorecard at this point. You can see right now he's got 11 kills. and 1 death. He's got 11 KDR right here.
Nice.
So kill-death ratio for those of you that are out there.
Yeah,
and it just shows how dominant he's been. Of course, Battlefield's not always about the kill-death. It's mostly about the score, and that's really where a big impact comes into play. You're talking about in terms of medic. I mean, so we've got this medic right here has done a great job so far. He's taken complete advantage of all those score points here, but so far one of our better players. He's got full attachments. You can see he's got the green laser pointer, the angled grip, utilizing this CZ805. So completely just playing this game properly.
Yeah, and something I want to point out too, by the way, look at Alpha 04 going in the water, pistol action, give it to him. So something pretty cool to point out as well is that, and something I would like to point out, the ammo, right? When he was running around, he had 16 bullets left in the 31.
Oh, nice kill there.
Clip.
No wonder he's playing so well.
Yeah, he's getting a bunch. He is going to have to get away from this, though.
That water was toxic for a moment as we saw those bullets flying. He's down to low health. He's been able to go ahead and come back up. Bouncing around. Nice dodge technique. Yeah, it turns out you can kind of bounce around like that. And so we're still back on board here with Alpha 04 as we're trying to hop around. Again, trying to take advantage of the environment to hop over here so far. So again, just for those of you at home, pre-alpha version of Battlefield 4 here at E3. If you want your chance to go ahead and pre-order it now over at Amazon.com. And a huge shout out to our sponsors. They're Razer, AMD, and Astro.
That's right, you know, and of course, if you guys haven't had a chance yet to do so, shame on you. Pre-order Battlefield 4 like right now. You can do so on Amazon, and highly suggest doing that there. You can also watch the stream from Amazon as well. And here comes the building.
I'm looking. I hear a bunch of noises now. Yep. There all those points are broken for those of you. You can see all of those players falling. And again, there goes the pillars. For those of you that haven't been informed at this point, but for those that have been watching this entire time, huge kudos to you. But I'm going to repeat the same thing again here. The way that you take down the skyscraper, there's 4 pillar points, and each one of them you have to hit at least twice with something highly explosive. That's not a grenade, that's more so like an RPG, shots from a tank, or even also some C4. But look at that. So you can see right now they've got to the C point, and see all this destruction and the debris.
Yeah.
There's 2 things to note. Of course, the ground has changed. It's pushed the land out into the harbor area. The C flag has changed position. And lastly, if we kind of tilt our way up, you can see that all the dust and debris out there, and that's not only going to make an impact on long-range battles, that's going to deter any helicopters. That's also going to make an impact on any individual that's trying to utilize the gunship.
Yeah, and we are back with Alpha 04, the leader of this game here for the Alpha Squad. As he is right now sitting with a 6 KD, you know, and it's still very good. He's only died 2 times in this game, and it seems as if they are going to go down and get their control back. And ooh, look at that! You actually saw that there, that green light shining on the face of Alpha 04 ended up causing him his life there. As we jump on over to Alpha 23 now, and he is going to be advancing his way forward. He sees all the dust and debris, like you said before, Corey. Changes the gameplay quite a lot because it reduces your vision.
So right now we've got 4 points of attack right now. You've got A, D right now that are trying to turn neutral. We've got 3 points that are neutral now. And there's conflict all over this map. And right now, the Chinese are taking over. They picked up 4 points here. And 1 point, that's A, that has turned neutral.
Yep.
And so the Chinese are doing pretty well late in the game. They needed a lot of points, and I mean, it's almost like it's all she wrote at this point. As we'll go ahead and hop on board here with Alpha 06. And of course, the interesting approach, the thing that we were talking about before, with the spectator mode, having the capability to switch between players with utilizing the scoreboard. So look how easy that is. We hop directly into the first-person view. We can see exactly, we tell, hey, we know that Joe Bob has been playing really well. Let's go ahead and switch to his perspective. We can do that utilizing the score. If we notice that his score is really well, if his kill streaks are going, if he's been able to pick up numerous kills, one after the next.
Yep.
You know, all these different types of aspects to utilize. Bouncing around from the scoreboard. The other aspect, to be able to quick switch to other players. is taking advantage of the tabletop. In the overview, you can just hop right into the action where it's at.
Yeah, I really do like that. You know, the tabletop feature, and look at here, Alpha 08 actually finding some targets right in front of him. But yeah, I really do enjoy that tabletop feature. I do feel like there is a lot of potential in that area, you know, especially with spectating. But even then, just, you know, you can't forget about the fact that that is a view of the commander mode. But Alpha, actually, Alpha Squad pushing down. They're shooting each other, you know, because they have this middle covered. They're good to go.
And so right now they spot one player that's over there towards the island. He's going to look towards the sky to try to launch it as far as he can. Turns out physics wasn't his main class that he went to there. As right now he's going to continue to be able to push up, be able to pick up one. And that's going to be enough so far. But so as we look at this game and how dominant it has been, and just the perspective that each member from DICE has, the passion behind it, the fact that they listen to feedback, every bit of this has just been phenomenal. It's been a great experience for me.
Yeah, there's a clear-cut vision out there, guys, just so you know, and DICE is very committed to that vision as we've been speaking with them more and more today. But this is not the first day that we're going to do so. We're actually going to be speaking with community members as well as DICE employees throughout the entire you know, event. And I actually, you know, you and I both had an opportunity to speak with Daskro. He's been doing great things in a BF competitive scene, so really looking forward to speak with him. Level Cap's in the house as well. I think we're going to end up speaking with him too. So there are lots of great great individuals that really do care about Battlefield as a whole are here and supporting this, and the community definitely came out in spades today.
It's just a great week here at E3. You've been watching the Battlefield live stream, whether that's on twitch.tv, whether that's on battlefield.com, or even over on Amazon. And while you're over there at Amazon, make sure you head over and pre-order Battlefield 4 right now on whichever console that you want to play it on, whether that's even on the PC. Take advantage of it right now while you're over there at Amazon.com. So
that's right.
Let's go ahead and, you know, we've been talking a little bit. We've had the chance to watch a little bit more gameplay. There's still so much more going on. The show's not over yet, and this is still just day one. There's still so much content coming your way right here from the live stream. So stick around. Again, I'm Corey Dunn alongside Alex Mendez, or better known as Golden Boy. And we'll be back after the break right here from E3.
Is that?
All right, so welcome back here to Battlefield Live. You're watching probably one of the craziest streams that I've been a part of in a long, long time. Again, I'm Corey Dunn. I'm joined here by Daskro, a community member from Battlefield. I've had the chance to watch some really great YouTube videos that you've been producing lately. But for those that are at home, for some reason they don't know exactly, kind of go in depth about some of your history within Battlefield.
Sure. My name's Daskro. I've been playing Battlefield as an esport for the last 10 years now, all the way from Battlefield 942 to Battlefield 3. I do Battlefield esports commentaries. I also do gun comparison videos where I take guns in real life and compare them to their in-game counterparts to sort of compare and contrast how they are.
Right.
So I'm really excited about Battlefield 4, and this has been a really intense experience thus far.
Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the game right now as we can kind of take a look. And I know you've had the chance to kind of watch some of the different trailers that have been out there, and I know that you've kind of been walking around the event. How does it feel to finally see some type of form of a spectator mode? And as you look at the top, you've got your tabletop view, your first-person view, your third-person view, and your free cam. And within the free cam, you have 5 different presets that you can go to, so you can have those epic angles that we can look at. Then also in the tabletop view, you have the ability to select players in the overview map. You can sit there and just find the battle. How does that, as a community member, how does it make you feel?
These feel like all the core tools that we really need to make Battlefield the next big esport out there. To be able to catch all these moments, like we're watching right now. This guy drops down, he gets a great single kill, maybe get a double kill, get your pistol out, dude, and fire it out. Oh, come on, so close. Not enough, come on, dude. And the tank's right there. All of a sudden, I hope this guy, unfortunately he's running the medics, he's not going to be able to do anything with that tank. But being able to capture the moments just like these where anything can happen. And that's what I love about these kinds of tools. And we can capture it from not just a first-person perspective, but a third-person perspective, being able to see all the different angles in the action that goes along with it.
Look at this, the third-person view here. Since we broke out of the first-person view, we now have a scorecard, or a card that will be able to tell us all about this player, what he has in his hand currently, what's the attachments for those weapons.
Oh, yeah.
It even dives down even deep, what his kill-death ratio is currently. It just tells you so much information about each of these players, and it's just, I'm a huge fan. I've watched a lot of first-person shooters, all different types of games, and having the chance to see something like this in this whole, this is well done, even in a pre-alpha stage.
I love this information because we can see that Alpha 2 has 3 kills, no deaths as far as doing-play weapons, but he's all out of ammo. Where's the support guy to help him out? Pick up a kit or something. Oh yeah, pick it up. But he's all out of ammo. We can see those intense moments when he has to make the choice between whether switching from his main gun to his sidearm, throwing a grenade. We can have all this information available, and we know that he's doing okay for himself, holding that delta point real hard. But where's his ammo? Oh shit!
He's all sorts out of ammo. So we can take a look. You can see Alpha 2 now trying to bounce out of there.
Is it a knife up? Is it a knife up? Get with a knife kill.
Sits him down. Nice pick up there. Able to flank it on the backside. Hey, you said it. He has no ammo in his primary, no ammo in his secondary. Well, might as well go to the knife and be able to pick that up there. I mean, that was just some great stuff there.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I mean, it's one of the other things though too. I mean, we talked about briefly about the spectator mode, but some of the gameplay elements. So I think you may have not known this yet. You can let me know at any point if this is new information or not. But they've now started with the idea of roadkill, as you can counterattack. So that knife kill, whenever he was coming in to pick up those dog tags, you can actually counterattack whenever they're coming at you.
I like that. There's a lot of people out there who love getting those knife kills. I love trolling people online with those knife kills, but giving the victim a chance to counter, I think is a great way to give someone a bit of a disincentive before just going for that knife kill. You have to think about it.
Oh, look at this. This looks like it's from a movie at this point. As you can see that fly. He had enough of it. I'm done with it. He's going to try to wall ride, and he bounces perfectly off, pops the chute in the right time, and he's bounced out of there. He said, I'm done.
I thought he would have splattered on the side of the building, but I love how
look at this perfect flank. He's going to come around here on the backside. Looks like he might be able to pick up one. He's just going to go and drop him quickly with that primary. And that was just a great moment in Battlefield. Just watching him, he saw the helicopter. He said, I had enough. He hops out, shoots at the right time, and then finishes off one of the players there on the opposition. This guy's playing extremely well.
He is.
Shout out to Alpha 13.
Alpha 13 doing pretty well for himself. He's another one right there. Oh, but
Oh,
nice
counter it! Oh, and he
gets-
didn't get the chance to counter it.
Now, here's some really cool footage. I believe this is the C-130, or in the game it's called the C-190.
Right, it's the gunship.
It's shooting the artillery, just like in the Armored Kill DLC expansion in Battlefield 3. Is he going for some...
Oh,
some-
you're not doing that, no.
He's really trying to hit the enemy helicopters using the artillery. He is determined. Look how much
That's
he
hilarious. One of the other great things, he's just barely missing
so
there. Now
close.
he's finally utilizing the gunship for the infantry here.
Yes, zooming in, seeing the enemy. Now, is he going to put some enemy or some enemies down with this attack? I don't know. He's sort of taking a bit of pause for.
Yeah, so one of the things, though, too, to talk about on the competitive side, one of the things that you can see is he can also take advantage of it. I mean, the commander mode, hopping in, he can also get even better intel from utilizing this type of perspective as well.
Indeed, it's not just about one commander seeing all one perspective. It's about taking all that information from multiple players and bringing it together. The C-130 guy isn't just attacking the enemy. He is also providing critical intel. And this is some really cool stuff. You don't see this perspective. Now we're switching over to Alpha 1.
Yeah, so I mean, what we're seeing, like you mentioned, it's taking advantage of a very smart commander knowing exactly how to distribute his pawns across the map.
Indeed, and right now U.S. is dominating China 734 to 546. Having the 4-cap here, now old 3-cap, is still important. It means that the U.S. commander has a whole lot more assets under his control. He has the Tomahawk missile, he has infantry scans. And each of these individual points are going to give that commander a different ability. And so even though that it may be easier to hold one point over the other, having that ability that you get from capturing that point, it may make all the difference for that commander.
Yeah, so now we're back over here with Alpha 13. Of course, he was one of those parachuters who jumped out and was able to pick up a flank kill. So we're back on board with him as he's in the Abrams, or the M1 Abrams. That's
right. He's doing pretty well for himself. He's got 13 kills, 2 deaths, a really nice KDR. But remember, KDR isn't everything here. It's about supporting your teammates. And I love how this tank is pushing up with the MRAP in front of him all the way to Delta Point. Hopefully he's able to do some damage.
So I have to ask you this question right here. We're not going to see it right here, but right at this point whenever he crossed, they've got now the bollards that come into play there. So for those of you that don't know, pull out your dictionary, look up bollard. It says a gate. No, it's not. Just kidding. It doesn't say a gate. But it's a blockade there for the bridge. And so that can come up, it retracts, or it comes out there, and it can block even a tank at this point. We saw earlier today where 2 tanks were ramming, saying, well, we can't get by. Well, if you just get out and push a button, you'd be okay.
Yes, switching to Alpha 02, and he is looks like rocking the assault. But this is really indicative of what the massive destruction is available in this game. It's not just static walls. You can blow up these walls and take cover and change it into open, exposed area.
It's the beautiful thing about Levolution, what it's been able to provide here for Battlefield 4. I mean, it changes the dynamic of the game. What was once cover is now an open angle to take advantage of. I mean, you can't look at everything as a negative. I mean, in all turns, you now have a new angle to kind of approach things. And so it changes sight lines. I mean, coming from a very competitive side of it, you now change the angle, you change the sight line. There's different perspectives that come into play. Because with some games, you get so stuck into this melancholy idea where it's da-da-da-da-da-da. And every map is exactly the same. What happens with Battlefield 4, what I'm saying right now, is the change, the Levolution.
Yes, Alpha 02 with a great single kill, reloading his secondary. I think it's what's so cool about Levolution is that it's no longer about fixed lanes of attack. You can change the makeup of those lanes, and so these bottlenecks that we're so used to don't exist anymore.
Exactly.
In Battlefield 3 and Operation Metro, there are only a few lanes that you could push Windplane and Metro, but wouldn't it be amazing if you could change those lanes in mid-battle from the actions that you take, so that you can use that to your advantage to cap those points and win the game.
Yeah, Alpha 02 playing pretty well so far. And now as we head over here towards the restaurant side, there's a couple of members that he needs to be on the lookout for. He spots one.
He sees one.
See if he might be able to pick up 2. He has been spotted by one player up there on that roof side. He's going to be able to pick up another one so far.
Nice job, Alpha 02, going for that cap on Echo. And I'm actually really impressed that he's able to stay alive this long. Maybe he'll get to
You've
the
got
end.
some supports right there as well.
I like this. He's just trying to hold on to it. They've grayed out Echo Point, and he is just doing an amazing job putting down a med pack. Trying real hard with that pistol, but I think he needs to be able to grab another kit so he can maintain his viability.
Can I say something right now? One of the things that that needs to be brought out here, and I've seen it happen a lot, is they need some support. There needs to be some ammo drops. Hey, Commander, I need some ammo drops.
Yes. Commander, help us out. And with VoIP, that should be something that we could see in the future. Going now to the free cam. I love the free cam here.
Beautiful.
We had a type of free cam in Battlefield 2. There were free cams out there in Battlefield 3 as well in the aftermarket world. But I love this free cam being able to move around and see. Look at all that dust. It's all the result of this building collapsing. It's
again another element to change the meta game that's involved here. I mean, it's the idea that. Okay, and this, if you're talking in a very competitive sense, this game we're going to try to approach this. But look at this battle that's going to go on right now. It's down to a 4-on-2. One's going to be coming around on the flank over there in the mid side, but he's going to be kind of all by himself. He actually has a teammate that's following him now. That's going to be a squad leader. But look out, he's going to be getting caught right in the middle. He's trying to go for the flank, and he gets taken down as all 4 members there for the U.S. team have stayed alive, and it looks like they're going to create a little powwow. Little picnic table out there. They're going to be good to go.
We have one Chinese boat moving around with all of that firepower. That firepower is lighting everyone up. But I hope those U.S. guys are going engineer and throwing rockets or towels, whatever it takes to take out that. Oh, and here he comes.
Look out.
Here comes the attack helicopter. Will he be able to take it out? Not turning around just yet. Hopefully he gets something done.
Yeah, so what we're seeing right now, great work. I mean, you've got a driver and a gunner that's really going to town now, and you've got a parachute that's going to drop in.
I like how one U.S. guy threw an errant grenade into the ocean in the hopes that it does anything. But it seems like he may get flanked. Oh, we're seeing a different perspective, though.
Yeah, see some of the better players that have been here in this game so far as things are winding down. I mean, we're talking about some individual battles that are happening within the entire match so far. But in the reality, the grand scope of things, the U.S. team is dominant. They've got 633 ticks. They're to 325. The Chinese, they've been struggling all throughout this game, this Bravo team. But it's been fun. So just kind of talking about the game in general, some of the little bit of the aspects. I love the sprint swim. That's a beautiful feature. Oh, there you go. There's your. See now. See if he turns around. See, you can see how there's now the poles, the bullard poles, that have come into play, and that's actually going to keep that tank from crossing by. So that actually is kind of counterintuitive for his teammates if they were going to try to backtrack any.
Yes, I like these different map-dependent abilities where you can take up those bullards, because then it not necessarily destroys an enemy tank, but it slows them down. And pacing is a quintessential element of the Battlefield experience. If you can put anti-tank mines down, you can slow down the enemy tanks and get a few more seconds, critical seconds, to hold a point, so maybe your commander can get a tomahawk.
Oh, what a shot.
Yes.
Giving some cover fire for his teammate, was able to pick up one. I mean, no, exactly what you were talking about is the key smart moments, the strategy that's involved whenever you're talking about the metagame of Battlefield 4. I mean, there's so many different elements, like the bullard patrol, like having the ability to sit there and have a destructible environment. Everything changes the game style, and it's great. I love watching it.
I love seeing this tank inside this parking garage. It seems real open, but there are so many little spots that the enemy engineers could be in and throw rockets his way. He has to be careful, and he's taking a bit of damage. Hopefully we see Alpha 04 helping him, maybe, or alternatively not. But they are now pushing, near Bravo point, just trying to get a better angle.
Yeah, it's still sitting up here in Alpha right now. This is over there towards that residential area here on Siege.
Yes, he's just trying to survey the area, making sure there's no enemies. Guys, do not shoot each other. It's not in good form. But hey, being a helpful guy, giving the med pack to him, even though they shot him.
You got 100 health. Here you go, have a med pack.
Yeah, just in case the tomahawk gets nearby you. Well, you never know. I like seeing how Alpha 4 is already using a bunch of unlocks. He has the angled grip, laser pointer, and muzzle brake, and that's really cool to see. A little bit of ammo, but you'll notice that unlike previous Battlefield games, especially Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2, he does not have much ammo. It means that he has to rely on his support teammates to give him more ammunition as he plays the game.
So how much does it really make an impact whenever you're talking in terms of some of these team sizes? I know that in Battlefield 3, what we saw, the squad size was 4, and now we have 5.
Yeah.
How do you believe that makes an impact now?
I think it brings more variety in terms of how much of an impact those squads can have on the game itself. It means that it's not just having maybe one medic, one recon, one assault, one engineer, but instead having a much larger makeup of it. And I think when you combine this with the new interface and the squad system, where you not only can see what your teammates, your squad mates are seeing in game, but also be able to select them on that map, I think that makes all the difference in being able to have a much more enjoyable experience in the game.
So what are some of the things that you take away from what you've seen so far here with the Battlefield 4 here at E3? Is there any high notes that you really like that you've seen so far?
I'm really excited about the spectator mode. I think that it provides just the right tool sets that we need to showcase some of these larger-than-life battles that a lot of us experience this every day, and we only wish we could just capture those moments.
Right.
And now we can capture those moments, and it's not just about 1 or 2 people that have the hardware to record, but
exactly
everyone, because everyone experiences these moments, and that's what's so cool about the Battlefield game. And we're going to be able to see so much more of this in the future, and I'm looking forward to that.
It's a pleasure having you on here, Dascro.
Thank you much.
Of course, I'll have the chance to be able to talk to you more and more. It's going to be some great stuff coming up. I mean, we've been in our bubble kind of all throughout the day. There's been some great stuff going on. We'll go and take a look here and see what Lisa has to say that's been going on with Battlefield 4.
The day has finally arrived. E3 2013, where we're showcasing the launch of Battlefield 4. This is where it all goes down, the EA booth. This is where all-out war will be happening, and everyone is already lining up to play Battlefield 4. So let's go talk to some anxious gamers. You flew all the way from Australia to play Battlefield 4. How excited are you?
I'm very excited. I mean, I'm looking really much forward to the Commander mode coming back. I saw that in the press conference and it kind of blew my mind, so I'm just like, I'm very excited.
Really looking forward to playing this one and seeing what it's like playing the online as well, because it's more people online, so the more people, the better it's going to be.
You can play on land, air, and sea. Where do you plan to go?
I'm not very good at using the vehicles, so I'll probably end up just staying around on land and walking around and having a little explore as well. The running around in circles, exploring the map.
I was just waiting for this game for a long time, and I'm just excited to see what it looks like on next gen.
I mean, I'm a big Battlefield 2 fan when it was out, so all that jet stunts and all that stuff, I'm really crazy, looking forward to it.
You're about to play Battlefield 4 for the first time. Tell me, what is going through your mind?
Oh god, the 64-player online matches, they're gonna be insane. The really giant maps. It's gonna be carnage. It's gonna be awesome.
So that's what you're really excited and looking most forward to?
Oh yes, definitely.
Are you going to be manning the land, sea, or air?
Probably the land. I do prefer the tank. I love blowing stuff up. It's gonna be awesome.
So I'm here with Luke, who just got done playing Battlefield 4. What are your thoughts?
I thought it was a really good game. I mean, the fact that they brought back the Commander feature was really cool, because we haven't seen that since, I believe, Battlefield 2. They took that away in 3. And so it was a really fun game, like, ton of stuff going on everywhere. I mean, bunch of different tactical options. It's a really cool game.
What were your tactical options?
I decided to do the recon and the ammo class, and I thought they were both really interesting. I kind of like the recon class, play a little slower but a little more precise, and so it was really fun though. I mean, the map definitely allows like the players to meet more often than not, and it has a good flow to it.
That's nice because there's 64 people on the map.
Exactly. It doesn't feel like super crowded. There's enough space. In the recon, we had the point up at the top of the tower, so I parachuted off and found a building top, and then was able to take a couple of people out from up there.
Parachuting off a building. How was that?
It's pretty awesome. I mean, that's definitely been a great feature of all their games, is being able to take a vehicle or just jump off something and parachute.
That sounds great. I want to go play. I want to play it right now.
I mean, you might as well jump in line.
Great. Well, Luke, thank you so much for talking to me. Have a wonderful rest of your E3. Here we are at EA Sport, where you can get your hands on the newest releases. And I just saw Exhibit over there playing Madden 25. So let's go catch him when he hops off so we can ask him a few questions about his impressions of the game. Exhibit, so you just got done playing Madden 25th anniversary. Yes, you were super excited. What team were you playing with?
I was playing with the Patriots.
Is that your favorite team that you always go with?
Well, until Los Angeles gets one, I guess, yeah, for now. The advanced play on this is going to be crazy, but I can't wait to get it in my own system and check it out at home.
Now, I'm just imagining this at your place on this massive screen.
Yeah.
How many inches are we looking at?
Well, I mean, actually, I got a 60-inch in the living room, but we have a video game room that is just all the consoles, all of my stuff is there, but I got 2 sets of everything because I got an 18-year-old, so my stuff I take care of differently than he takes care of his stuff. So we got to get 2 of everything. He likes to leave his games out of the packages and get them scratched, and I don't do that. My games are all in their right boxes. All my stuff is organized, fresh batteries and everything. It's totally different.
I want to go and play at your house.
It's good. It's good.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Enjoy the rest of your E3.
Thank you. I will. Peace.
I'm here with Leanne, producer on Need for Speed Rivals. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Can you tell us what the difference is between this one and Most Wanted?
So this is Need for Speed Rivals. It's all about the rivalry between the cops and the racers. So that's the biggest difference. Most Wanted didn't have that separation. So in Rivals, you can play the game as a cop or as a racer, depending on what you prefer. The progressions and the whole concept of the game between those two is different. So, and you can change at any time. So if you're playing as a racer and then you decide you want to play as a cop, you can change. And then our big innovation is all drive. So in Need for Speed Rivals, all drive is destroying the lines between single player and multiplayer. So it's all one world. So I could be in my world doing a single player race and you could come in and just join me seamlessly and we can just carry on doing the same race, or I can carry on doing that race and you can go off and do another race, but you're in my world with me.
How does that happen? How does that work where you're playing single player and multiplayer players can come in and integrate?
Because the game is always online, so you can choose to play the game offline if you want to, and you can still get the same all-drive experience with AI, but obviously the best experience is online. That's when you get the full scope of all-drive. So I'm just playing, I'm online, I'm in a world, and you can just join my world, and then we can interact or we can go off separately.
Great, well thank you Leanne so much for your time.
All right, so welcome back here to the Battlefield live stream. Again, huge shout out to Lisa giving us the chance to break out of our bubble and see what's going on here at this the EA booth. I mean, there's some great things. The Frostbite 3 technology, the Frostbite 3 engine, also the Ignite. Watching some of that great sports stuff that we're seeing, some of the physics that were involved. That was we got the chance to see that during the EA press conference.
Yeah,
being able to, for instance, like the NBA Live, detaching the ball from your hand like that. Those things are, again, just thinking about all of the little nuances, the minute things that make a huge difference later on.
Yeah, without a doubt, and it certainly is really cool to see. Now, the thing is, so I think we're going to hop into the game here, but yeah, the players are getting set up and ready to go. So I think players are kind of just like getting a feel for the controls right now. But just to cover back up to what we were talking about before, you know, the whole thing that I'm really just enjoying about this booth is just how everyone's here and their feet are planted and they're not going anywhere, you know, and I've been seeing more new faces, but the same faces from this morning still sticking around playing, you know, all the amazing games. It really has been cool to see.
Yeah, as you kind of take a look throughout the map here again. Players are still setting up here at this point as we hop back in to the game now. I had the chance to be able to talk with Daskro a little bit. I mean, giving us some great insight. How you utilize the information that you're given from the spectator mode. I mean, the fact that the little scorecards down at the bottom of the screen whenever you're in third-person mode, getting the chance to see exactly what how many kills the person has, what they're using currently, just all these little bits of information really do make an impact for those that are at home. I mean, you're trying to enrich the spectating experience, whether that's streaming over twitch.tv, or for instance what we're doing here with battlefield.com and over at Amazon. Having those capabilities just proves that EA cares and DICE cares with seeing what they're trying to do here. It's been such a great experience, and again, a shout out to all of our sponsors for making a lot of this stuff happen for us too. I mean, giving us the chance to keep these gamers comfortable with utilizing the Razer equipment, the peripherals, as well as Astro and also AMD. Just a great shout out for all of the team. And of course, like I had mentioned before, with Amazon, you can head over to Amazon.com and pre-order Battlefield 4 right now, and you'll get, actually there is a perk to it. You can get a Battlefield pack as well.
Yeah, that's right. You can get an additional battle pack. So more information about all that stuff will be coming down much more down the line. But you guys want to get to pre-ordering Battlefield 4 right away, because there's a lot of cool things that are going to be in the pipeline. So with that said, as the players are going to begin rolling out here and the action is going to start heating up, you know, we've been seeing a lot of variety here in the in the classes that players have been choosing. For the most part, been seeing a couple of NGs, but and some support too. But I've been seeing a lot of assaults, a lot of assault players. Surprised we haven't seen that many snipers. Actually, pretty shocked on that one.
Well, so right now, at this point, since we're early pre-alpha, I was one of the first things that I checked out. Hopped onto the recon class and saw that we had the scout that was involved there. But the scout right now doesn't have it doesn't have an optical right now that has a big enough zoom on it. So pretty much kind of limits your capabilities at this point. Again, pre-alpha, there's a lot of stuff that's already implemented and added. But we're trying to worry about some of the game physics, how you maneuver throughout the maps while trying to figure out how to balance weapons. Early stages, but there's going to be some great things coming out. I mean, they're trying to cover. Battlefield 3 did a great job off the start too, of giving you a bunch of variances of different type of optical zooms throughout the game. I would expect to see the same exact thing from Battlefield 4.
Yeah, and another cool thing that I was a big fan of was that canted iron sight as well.
Oh,
that was another,
beautiful.
yeah, that was really cool. Just see that red dot alongside that iron sight. That was a welcome change, and something that I thought was definitely unexpected for me personally in multiplayer. Saw it in single player, I was like, oh yeah, this makes perfect sense. But then when you went to the multiplayer, it was a whole nother ball game, but not this time around. It is transitional. So with that said, looking here at Alpha 15 or Alpha 16, if I'm correct, I'm blind. But the Alpha squad, oh, whoa, that was crazy. The Bravo guy actually tried to charge with this truck here, and Alpha able to dive out, but his two teammates, no, avenge them. Oh man, that's unfortunate.
All right, as he looks like he got shot in the backside as we switch back over. There we do have a recon player right now. He's got that scout elite in hand, and we're here with the Alpha side. So we're going to see if we might. Let's go and hop on to the first-person view now.
Couldn't agree more, Corey. First person for the sniper rifle, and you just saw the tail.
Oh, he does have an optical.
He does. Okay.
Maybe, so over time, of course, you start to rank up, and you can kind of work on some other things. So he does have an optical. So now it's worth it. So he better go and thank all of the other players that have come through the booth here at the Battlefield 4 here in the EA booth. And so he has now the chance to check out some cool stuff. And what he doesn't realize, he's actually aiming at the attack point.
Yeah, so I think he was hoping to get like a wall bang or something.
Oh, he got picked off.
Yeah, he paid for that one. He was shooting at a building.
Let's take a look at the C flag right now.
Yeah.
They're up on top of the skyscraper, because I know there has to be at least a couple snipers that are up there.
Yeah. So and of course,
roadkill coming up here, driving on through. Picks up one, and he looks like he's going to stay alive for a little bit longer. His teammate hops out. That's a bad choice, and he hops out as well. And there's his third player that hops out. You got to be on the lookout. The player has picked up numerous kills so far, and he's going to go down. A lot of roadkill happening. Look at the blood on the tires on the back left tire.
That is
the driver's side.
Pretty crazy right there, Corey.
That's a little intense.
It really is. So you can see here, Alpha 25 actually trying to stay alive, but this this truck here is just going to drive away from him. Figure, you know what? I'm not going to worry myself with this player. Why not? He is going to be regenerating health there, as you see on the screen. If I'm correct, I'm sorry, I might be going blind on that one. But needless to say, he is hanging out, waiting for his teammates to kind of make a move on this play. I want to see what's up with the tabletop. If we could bring up the tabletop for a second, see where the flow of combat is. So a lot of activity going down by
for this gunship that's coming through
now. And the BC bridge there, as you can see, all of the CN forces pushing across, full control. And you'll see, as a matter of fact, that the guys over in the US side have a tank from their spawn that's going to be pushing up on A. Let's actually go ahead and click on that tank and see what's going on with him. As we see that he finds some action in front of him. I'm hoping that they're able to take him out and then open things up so they can cap more territories.
Yeah, so right now you can see that they're trying to be able to push back away here. That M1 Abrams has spotted one of those vehicles trying to head towards the water. Of course, that's not really an amphibious vehicle, and it looks like he's about to be taken out. He's popped out trying to get the repair tool. He will be able to pick up one kill there now. And so just like that, the M1 Abrams looked like he may have been trapped inside a spawn, but he just strolls on through to pick up a kill there. Teammate's going to drop down saying, well, I'll just hop on board. I don't even have to hop in. I'll just hop on top. Yeah. Finally figures out how to get in there. And so now he has a gunner to work with. So now you've got a driver and a gunner here for this M1 Abrams.
They're certainly going to need the help. They're going to need the help. They need this tank. He has to get on the road and start pushing up. I don't agree with this side strategy here of trying to get sneaky with it.
No. What?
What? That's the last thing I expect to hear you do is sing. So that definitely caught me off guard.
All right, so right now is looks like he's going to continue to be able to push over here towards the riverside. Spots one long range over there towards the. Looks like he hopped out of the tank. I'm not understanding the fact, or hopping out of the vehicle, and he just runs away. He thinks it's quicker to just run away. Nice pickup by the gunner, who is accompanying here with Alpha 28. As again, just strolling on through, staying alive.
That's right. Ha ha ha. Staying alive.
Nice. There we go. All right.
See, all right,
we've both
even.
done our part.
We're good.
We've done our part.
So, all right. So let's see the tabletop view once again and see what is going on here. As you can actually see this M1 Abrams still on your screen at the bottom left there, pushing the BC bridge, and you see that the guys in the US squad are actually going to be able to get the B flag with the assistance of another tank. So at the very least, it's going to be pretty good for them. But just as I said that, there was some air support. That unfortunately did not happen. The CN not able to make anything happen with that. We have a tank-on-tank battle on the BC bridge here. Let's go ahead and see what's going to happen here.
All right, so right now you've got the gunner who's been able to spot some. He's caused a little bit of damage there so far. He's fully equipped, though. He's got smokes that he can pop if need be.
Oh, but he's getting hit by rockets as
getting
well as armor.
on both sides.
That is not good.
He says, I'm done with this one. He's going to go ahead and head towards the backside. It looks like of course, he's, I believe he's a medic, or actually support class. That's highly unusual for what we've seen throughout today. I mean, typically, I think this game, the support class needs some more support with people actually using it.
Yeah, that is very true there. So you can see here that he's going to be in a world of hurt, unfortunately. Able to only pick up one kill on that one. Let's dive right back into the tabletop, get that angle once again, see what's up. We got some amphibious units are actually moving through here, as you can see. So that is going to be one there. That's Alpha 07 that's going to be charging over to the C spot. And you know what? From the looks of things, it seems as if the U.S. squad very scattered.
We're about to have a sandwich happen here, coming from both B and the A side.
Oh, look at that.
Players have started to spawn over there in the U.S. spawn and also over there towards the A side. Looks like they're going to try to, there might be some conflict in between B and A. The commander has made the call out to head over there towards that B flag. And so Alpha right now starting to be able to push over here towards the riverside. Rockets flying by. And it looks like he's going to be able to stay alive. They're down on the bottom side of this bridge. He's just laying down the flak there, just mowing through. And he says, let's hop in our jet skis and
so
peace out.
He had so much health left in that boat. But
that's awesomeness.
That really was.
And they could probably get shot from the distance from the backside. Oh, there's somebody actually out there in the water right now, and he spotted himself a ladder, and that's going to be enough to just leave that jet ski out in the open.
Yeah, so once again, bring it back to the tabletop, see what has been going on over at the B territory. Let's stick with Alpha 07. He is going to be pushing his way through here, as you can see on the screen. And I am expecting some kind of assault from the main street there from the U.S. squad, but Alpha 07 getting some fire from the right side. As you can see that little circle there.
He's about to get into the heat.
Exactly. He's going to find one player right in front of him. He needs to look to his left right away.
Oh, look out, counterattack. And he's not going to be able to stay alive there as we hop on board now up on top of the C flag. We're here with Alpha 28 as so far, you know, they've had some tough times there. It looks like he's still just trying to be able to take out this helicopter. And there goes one player. His teammate got spotted and taken down. You see that one player there on your screen that's right in front of him, and he's going to get taken down. So it looks like the C flag is going to try to get picked up there by the Chinese side there for the Bravo team.
Yeah, and Bravo 31, as a matter of fact, we're going to have that tank. Alpha 23 trying to work with his teammate here, Alpha 17, but he's going to get picked off as well. And this is not going to be a good spot.
Don't get next to that car.
Yeah, they are certainly.
James Bond.
Oh, man, look at that. All that fire and brimstone everywhere. And, you know, your machine is not going to help you out all that much against a tank. You really do need some kind of rocket launcher, armor-piercing, I guess weapons. But I don't know how he's still alive. That tank is missing quite a lot. Regardless of the fact, though, in looking at this one, it seems as if, and look at this, actually, Alpha 8 picking up some shots as well. So now the question is, what is the CN squad going to do? They had full map control at one point, and now they have to fight their way back into
Great play
this.
so far by Alpha 08 so far. He's been able to pick up 3 since I've had perspective of him. He's going to get spotted again there. Might be able to wrap back around. There's one that was inside of this main residential area. And his teammate was able to pick him off as well. So far, right now, as we take a look, A, B, D, and E belong to the Chinese. And they're just trying to hold down that C flag right now here on the U.S. side.
Yeah, C flag is a very important spot because you get the AC-130 gunship when you have control of it, thanks to your commander being able to take advantage of it. We've seen a lot of people hop in and out of the commander loadout or the commander class as of late, and it certainly has been some a point of conversation for a lot of fans as well as people here. They really, really do like that. And I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Alpha 08, staying alive and helping out his team. That is a true team player.
Uh-oh, he's going in here now. He's trying to cause some damage very slowly. That tank has just been nicked. And Nick really finally starting to make some little bit more damage so far. He's just calling it out there. One of the things, though, that I would recommend for those that are new to the Battlefield scene, you definitely need to take advantage of the fact that of your spotting. Spotting is so key and pivotal to be a really good player amongst the many, right? So, I mean, you're making a call out, letting your players know visually where they're at.
Yeah, and you are right about that, Corey. You want to always work with your teammates.
Sprinkler system,
we
nice.
have the Astro A40s here, so people can talk to each other thanks to the Astro Mixam. So at the very least, communication should not be an issue.
This car's not going to last long.
Yeah, he's going to get hit by a feather and explode.
And it's regenning right now. It's gaining health slowly. It is on fire though. It's at 20 right now currently.
Most certainly isn't good.
Still picking up health, and it looks like he finally got taken out. Now as we hop back over here to Alpha 08 now.
First person perspective for Alpha 08.
In the transport.
Spectator, sir. There we go. Okay. Oh, all right.
Did he just leave his teammate? Yes. He was I believe he may have just been a part of the transport.
This dude's a boss.
I hope he was just part of the transport because his teammates are going, hey man, we need a pilot.
I really would have hoped that he just would have went right through the glass like a commando. You know, like shot some bullets and, you know, broke the glass and glided his way down. That would have been so baller. Anyway, though,
it would only happen to Battlefield.
It only being a baller only in Battlefield.
Being a baller only in Battlefield.
And you know, it's true though. It's true, man. You can do some pretty awesome stuff. I've seen some crazy things on YouTube, man. These Battlefield YouTubers, they.
Look at that. So this is one of those Levolution things that we were talking about. You see how he closed the storefront. This place is closed.
Yeah, you cannot pass. So looking here, Alpha 08. This fine strapping lad trying to drive a tank underground at the very least. So you got to give him credit.
He's making efforts.
He is suppressing, giving some suppressing fire. And
let's get that first person. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. Now we can see exactly where he's trying to aim for. He's got his gunner up on top that's trying to cause some damage as well. He's trying to maneuver his way through. His teammates are shooting at him.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Saying, hey, man, you probably don't belong down here with that tank.
It's like, you probably shouldn't bring that tank here, man.
Only in this game can you bring a tank down through the metro.
That is true. That is true. We actually saw it in the press conference where the pillar brought the tank down through that level forcefully.
Let's
but
see
it was
this.
still
Can
still
you
really
make it
cool.
through?
You know what? With enough confidence and determination, you can do anything. But we're not going to watch that. We're going to say, you know what? Best of luck to you in your adventures. But there is more action to be had. So let's actually bring up tabletop one more time, because there is always something cool to watch in tabletop here.
275 right now.
The gunship is up, by the way. So if you go ahead and click on the gunship real fast, you can actually see, there it is.
Yeah, see again that the debris has changed, the map has changed, and so how difficult it is to actually see. So you can see that Bravo 26 is kind of on board there. Look how difficult it is to actually see through the smoke, trying to utilize the infrared. So there's still possibilities there to see, but you don't have clear visuals to make some shots there.
Yep. And I'm not sure if I just saw some pants in the sky. I don't know. Maybe
that
I'm
looks
crazy.
like pants hanging from a clothesline. Yep.
That looked like pants on a clothesline. But yeah, that was actually pretty cool there to see the AC-130. Of course, that comes with a commander request and C control. So that is one thing that you have to keep in mind here. We actually had a chance to speak with a lot of the DICE representatives about this, and they spoke about how the commander mode is going to be very different. Like this is what we see commander mode for Siege. Yeah, and look at this here. This push by the M1 Abrams is pretty crazy.
Just ran across no man's land, and he will get taken down here. As we're still here with Alpha 07. He's going to regroup with his teammate. And just like this, again, on one side of this bollard right here, that player right there cannot get on the other side. Alpha 07, though, on the other side, since he's on the green side of this, he just can stroll on through. His teammate can't right now. And so right now, as you can see, they're still trying to hold down their own. And we'll see this tank. I don't know if he has the intel that he can actually pass on through. Well, that car will help him out there. He's going to run straight into it and then pass on through.
Yeah, so the bollards are not, if they're friendly, if they're green, that means you can go through them. So that is the purpose of that one there. But there you go. Now they're going to make their way through, and this tank is a pretty effective tool. I mean, obviously, tanks are always effective in Battlefield, and we're seeing that right here. You can see the shots coming from, I think that was a rocket that came and hit the, probably not though, it was not a big enough hit.
He spots, there's one that was over there, but they're just going to go ahead and sit right here on top. That nice little sniper shot there. Rockets coming in, causing a little bit of damage, down to 64 health right now. Still trying to be able to stay alive. His teammates rolling in. They're going to go ahead and push back around here through the arcade. Still got a lot of happening and going on so far. Here comes some grenades. They're trying to cause any bit of damage that they can so far. But again, holding down this D flag. Again, they've got a great deal of lead so far. Still got one up on top of the second story. He has not been picked up yet. They're still trying to give some suppression fire so far. Again, two players up on top on both sides. And these tanks are this tank is just hanging out so far. Not a lot of damage that has been caused so far. But he will not be able to pick up this flag point because there are 4 players that are in the region. So they're just countering him the entire way so far.
They're not able to do it. They are able to actually bring it down, but that is only because the players are losing a little bit of that control on that one. That was actually pretty cool to see how all the players were coordinated. Everyone was just, hanging around. They weren't trying to get like super aggressive on the tank. Just kind of keep them at bay as best as they possibly can. It was pretty cool to see.
Some great stuff watching there. Again, watching Siege there on Shanghai. We'll be back right after the break. Again, I'm Corey Dunn alongside Alex Mendez, or better known as Golden Boy. We'll be right back right here from the Battlefield stream.
We're going to wrap it up. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Battlefield 4 live stream here at E3 2013 in Los Angeles, California. I'm Alex Mendez, more commonly known as Golden Boy of 2W. This fine gentleman right here is Corey Dunn. He goes by the name of Corey Dunn.
Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, no, that's pretty
true.
much right.
I'm
yeah,
not lying. No, but seriously, though, it has been an amazing, amazing day of gameplay here, and this is the last game of the day. Let's go ahead and jump into it, Corey.
Yeah, and we only got one more game left, so let's just go ahead and hop in and take a look and kind of analyze every aspect that we learned today. I mean, we've had some great guests throughout the evening, or throughout the earlier today. We had Carl Magnus, who came on board. That was amazing, getting great insight. Again, all of the DICE employees, even at the upper echelon of the company, really just showing how much in-game knowledge that they have, not only about what they've done, what they're doing right now in the present, but what they've done in the past and how they've gotten to the point of where they're at, and just shows how much passion that they have and the drive that they have to formulate such a great game like this, and all of the little elements that they add into their next generation, their next series of the game.
I couldn't agree more. And of course, you know, we also had Alexander come on board as well, one of the game developers over at DICE. Alexander Grandel, he was a great guest, very informative, very passionate. Patrick Bach was another one that joined us here today. And again, the passion, like you said before, is clearly evident with the squad at DICE, and Dashgro as well, you know, who you actually had the chance to interview, a community member who believes in competitive Battlefield. It truly is just a great time to be a fan of Battlefield. This is what it's all about.
Dashgro was incredibly excited about it. I had the chance to also talk to Daniel Mustro about exactly what the Spectator has to offer currently, and also what their possible features are going to be in the future. Again, this is a pre-alpha version of Battlefield 4. Let's go and hop on board. Again, talking about that Spectator mode, he's going to swing back around. Looks like he was able to pick up one, but on his flank side, he was going to get taken down. Looks like somebody's found a perch up there on top, kind of taking advantage of the fact that he can jump off the skyscraper, parachute in, and hang out over there on the side of this building. This is just a beautiful spot for him to be on. You really don't think that he's going to get spotted, but remember, you can take advantage of it as an infantryman and kind of QQ, if you will, for those that are actual Battlefield players. You can actually spot the opposition, whether that's infantry, whether that's tanks, what have you.
But you can see there that he was finally taken out off of that great positioning. But yeah, and that really is cool. Just those little things, those little nuances that really help players who are trying to, assist their teammates in Battlefield right now. Looking here, Alpha 19 is the top dog. And you know what? For due reason. He's looking pretty good, got a couple kills under his belt. But let's go ahead and look at my favorite part of the new Spectator mode here in Battlefield. The tabletop. I love tabletop. It is so cool. I like the name too, but let's go ahead and check out tabletop here, see where the battle is. So right now, it seems as if we have A and B in the control of the U.S. squad.
I love what's happening right now. You can see
that
how
armor.
they've got a little convoy going. They've got that one tank kind of strolling through to get over towards the B side. Let's go and take a look at that tank inside of B. As we hop on to the first-person view now. And again, just kind of going on through. He just left his teammates back over there towards that B flag. He's going to stroll back over there towards the A side. And again, just taking another look. He's picked up 5 kills so far here for the Bravo team. Again, for those of you that are kind of curious, right now, again, we're early pre-alpha stages. So since we're on the Bravo side, the Chinese team, he's going to be shooting at players that are currently with the blue icon. So it may get a little confusing right now, but right now they're shooting at players with a blue icon.
That is right. Again, it is Spectator mode. It is still very new, and you had a chance to speak with Daniel about, with Dan. I apologize about the Spectator mode, and they know that there's a lot of things that they want to do. Very exciting times. And here's tank on tank action, baby. As seems like Bravo 29 is able to actually put the hurt on this one here, and who knows how far this one is to getting taken out.
Yeah, it looks like he finally was able to pick up one there, and he actually bounced her out. I think he's going to try to be able to stay alive a little bit longer. He doesn't spot that infantry person as he's going to be able to back up, and he's probably going to see him here in just a moment. Pulls out the gun, trying to go for an overkill, but finally able to finish him off there.
Nice stuff, and he is able to clear that out. You can see his teammates now going to be pushing in, and he will be providing that support fire from the outside.
Take a look from the first-person perspective, because he's looking underneath the bridge right now.
Yeah, let's see what's up with the first person. That's the angle that I'm curious about, because where is he looking at? What's his point of interest?
That's a smart idea here from Bravo 29. He immediately realized that this is a two-story building right here, this parking garage, and so he dropped down. He was taking a look and seeing what was on top of the parking garage here in the residential area, and looking at both components, not just worrying about getting down and looking at the bottom side. And so here we have it. We've got Bravo 29 who hopped out of the tank, letting his teammate take control, and he is about to have a whole world of mess to worry about right now. Right around the corner, spots one, and he will be able to take him out. Pulls out the dog tags, and looks like he did get taken out. He had a lot of stuff to worry about. I told him how he's going to try to stroll through the muck. But now we're back over here on board with Alpha 18.
Yeah, Alpha Squad is going to hold the position down at Bravo. As you can see, it is going to be in the firm control of the U.S. squad. And you know what? They don't seem to be pushing up aggressively here. But I do look for that tank to kind of open some doors so that they can make some movement happen towards C, which, of course, as we all know, we've been talking about it all day today. C allows the team to get that gunship. Very important tool for the commander.
Yeah, it's going to be the last game of today. There's going to be streams happening all day tomorrow and all day Thursday here at E3. A lot of Battlefield 4 gameplay coverage, showing you every aspect of the multiplayer. We have some great interviews coming up along the way as well with community members there from YouTube. Also some talking to part of the dev team from DICE and getting their insight. And again, they're listening to every bit of feedback that's out there. So make sure you post on any type of Reddit, as well as on Twitter. That's towards the handle Battlefield. Also, make sure you utilize the hashtag BF4. And alongside that, Facebook.com/Battlefield. And all of those different types of social media, however you like to stay connected, make sure you stay connected right there through all of these different types of formats. Again, it's been great. The community has been listening, and as we take another look at our last epic moment of watching the skyscraper fall, and this time it was a little bit earlier in the game, but man, oh man, as now the environment has changed.
Yeah. So many skulls on the screen there as they're all going to be taken out. And let's go ahead and check out Tabletop here and see what is going on with the perspective. So you can actually see that the U.S. forces have been able to fight their way back out, get A and B control. C will be there for the CN squad, though. It's a very close game ticket-wise, as a matter of fact. You know, this could change at any point in time here. But
it's really been a battle over that C flag. Let's go and hop on board right now as we're here with Alpha 28. As we take a look from his perspective, looks like they've been able to pick up that area so far. They're not contested at this point. They've got a full squad that's over in this region right now.
Yep.
They have one player that's starting to move up here from the opposition. He's still kind of continuing to run over there. He's trying to find his way through this rubble.
And that's the thing too, because the rubble itself, you know, the dust is out there. You lose your visibility. Sometimes you get a little confused because it's brand new terrain. So you're like, whoa, there used to be a skyscraper here. Very simple, very area. Now it has turned into something much more complex. But as you can see here, this Alpha 29 guy, he's going to get super reckless with it, try and challenge his tank, but the tank is going to get taken out. And you can see the helicopter
Let's go ahead and hop on with that heli, because that was some great maneuvering ability. So go back to the tabletop, switch over, as we're trying to select right there. I believe that's a tank.
Find the heli in due time.
There he goes, the heli. We're right there with the camera. Don't worry. It looks like the helicopter actually was not as great as maneuvering through this very dynamic map layout. He probably ran into a building right there.
Yeah, that is probably the case there. Alpha 19 is going to get taken out over by the C side. Now Alpha 12 on your screen. He's going to have that M1 Abrams. And, you know, this tank has been so effective. Oh, my God. Get body checked,
The party favor.
Oh, my Lord. That guy was like, hey, guys, I picked the wrong side. Boom. Exploded. Oh, man, that was awesome to watch there.
Not a chance in the world, as right now, again, so far, we've been pretty much an even game. It's been really just a battle over that C flag. Right now, it's been able to spot one. He's going to get taken down. Alpha 12 kind of really just being the escort for these two players that are working their way up here.
He really cares for them. He cares for their well-being. That is what a teammate should do. That is why this is awesome. Only in Battlefield can you get support from a tank. So, and you can see here,
almost connects as that vehicle says, I really don't care. He just tries to drive right through there, still in that that vehicle, and decides to go run away with his backside, tail between his legs, and he's going to get taken down.
Truck versus tank wins, Corey. That is the truth, and you can see it right there. Another truck trying to contend against my man right here, Alpha 12. He is the bomb. He is just destroying people, and you can see that this. I think everyone's kind of realizing, like, you know what, this really isn't a bad idea. Let's not take all our units here. But just as we said that, we do see another M1 Abrams right across for the CN squad, and there is going to be a challenge here by the tank. He's going to be moving in right now.
He's passing by him.
Passing by him. Very interesting.
He's trying. He's not committing. He wasn't spotted. Again, all of this dust and debris that's come out. But he has been spotted by the other tank, and so we're probably going to see that tank either flank back around, but he's just going to continue to pass on through. If he's playing smart, he is driving around over towards the other side. He's going to flank the flank, and look at this. There's a game of Ring Around the Rosie over here towards the arcade side. Still just trying to combat here. This M1 has done a great job staying alive, causing some damage, utilizing the environment so far to stay alive even longer. Just waiting. Again, this is a Battlefield player right here. Whoever Alpha 12 is knows how to play the tank game, because you see how he's backpedaling after every shot he takes, so he gives his time enough time for the ammunition to be reloaded in there, and he takes out the tank. Great work by Alpha 12. He flanked the flank.
That is awesome. So Alpha 12 with a big win on that one. Another truck.
Where you at?
Yeah. Where are you going, buddy? This is actually really cool here. This is just
great.
Trademark Battlefield. Good use of armor. I know that there are a lot of people that are really happy to see this here. And just as I say that, it seems like Alpha 12 is going to go for D and get this control. Finding someone right in front of him, that could be an easy pickup for him. But he's not able to pick him off on the first hit.
Right there, he might be able to easily pick him up or switch over. He doesn't have to go all-out warfare there.
That is true, but he doesn't need to be a little concerned. And there you see it, as a matter of fact, right on the screen there's a tank right behind Alpha 12, right by that D territory. And look at that there.
Let's take a look there from that, as that tank is going to be under some work here. He needs to worry about his flank. We're right now on board with, take a look at Bravo 29. He spotted one. Again, they're going to be shooting at now the blue squad, and that tank was taken out, as you saw there in the picture-in-picture, and just like that, he was taken out.
That was a good moment
12,
right
good
there.
job.
Alpha 12, man, kudos to you, buddy. You definitely have impressed me here today.
So we've had the chance to see some land battles there with the tanks. Let's kind of try to see if we can take advantage of any of the helicopters for those viewers that are pilots out there.
Yeah, let's actually go to tabletop, see if we can find the flyers, the players in the helicopter, and we did find one. There you go. This is going to be Alpha 12, our boy Alpha 12. This guy,
to our boy.
He knows what's good, man.
We'll find out.
He is committed to D. He is committed to the D flag. He is not trying to.
Look at all of those infantry over there towards that C flag. He's just wrapping around the skyscraper he spots. Hey, that was the tank that took me out. I'm going to try to counter back. And he's being fired upon, still staying alive. 82 left. He's dwindling quickly. Somebody spotted him down to very, very low health, and I'm happy you got to see how intense I was really into that game.
We were like face planted.
I think I leaned in another like 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah.
But no, it's such a great game, and that was going to be our last game of the day. So Alpha 12, thank you for giving us some quality content there at the end, getting the chance to really see how you can maneuver around the map and taking advantage of the levolution that happens within the game. It's a beautiful thing. A big shout out to all of our sponsors to make things possible here with Twitch TV. As well as AMD, Razer, all of these great products that are out here giving for the gamers, for the gamer peripherals. But also, we've heard all day there from the DICE squad. They listen to feedback, and where do they need to send that feedback in the community?
Well, guys, basically, you want to get on social media. My advice is, use Reddit, get on Facebook, get on Twitter. talk about Battlefield 4. Let people know what's going on. Give feedback. You know, things you want to see, let us know, and we will be sure to talk about it in the next broadcast, which is going to be tomorrow. Get on Reddit, wherever you decide to post, whether that's our, Battlefield_4, our Battlefield, our games, doesn't matter. Just talk about BF4 and also just some tweets, because tweets are always great. Quick and easy.
Yeah, With that
it.
also being said, I mean, as soon as we hear all of everything, we still have day 2, a whole new set of gameplay that's going to be happening, as well as day 3. We're going to have some great interviews that are going to be happening, and we'll see maybe some of the